Hi, third grade. Today we're going to start Unit 7, Week 2. So repeat after me. INK, pink ink. ONG, song ong. IVE, give if. ILD, wild ild. Y, cry I. Y, baby E. U, mule U. U, rule oo. A, Alaska I, animal or I. Great work. Now let's watch and learn our new concept for the day.
Hi friends, I'm Mrs. Keogh, and today we're going to be in Unit 7, Week 2, Day 1 of Introduce New Concepts. And we're going to be talking about what do we do to make words that end in Y plural. So what does plural mean? That's right, plural means more than one. Singular means one, plural means more than one. Let's read this word. Here we go, let's read this. Baby, baby. Now, if I want to make this word baby plural, it ends in Y in an open syllable. So I know that I need to change the Y to I and add my ES. Let's read this new word. Baby, babies. So now that means I have more than one baby. Now look at the ES in this word. It says Z. Say babies. Z. It does not say is like it normally does. So when ES makes a word ending in Y plural, it says Z. So here's a tip for you. Now, when your teacher asks you, what says Z, your answers are now going to be Z, S when it's a suffix, and now suffix ES. When we use this at the end of a word, with ending in Y, and we've made that plural. Now this says Z. So remember that. What says Z, Z, S, and suffix ES. Good work. Now, let's move on. And now let's talk about how do you make a word that ends in O plural. So be thinking about that. Let's read this word. Potato. 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 We say potato. Now, what suffixes do we use to make words mean more than one, to make them plural? We're either going to use S, suffix S, or we're going to use suffix ES. Well, when a word that ends in an open syllable, Y, and the open syllable, O, what we're going to do is we are going to add ES to it. Let's read this word. Potato, potatoes. And what sound is the ES making? Z. That's right. So let's do some practice with that. Here we go. I'm going to put some words up here. And you are going to help me make these words plural. So once these are up here, you're going to help me figure out what do I need to do to make the words plural, more than one. Am I going to add the suffix ES or the suffix S? And how am I going to do that? Whoops. I am all out of room. So we will work with these that we have up here. Okay, so now you're going to help me make all of these plural. Here we go. Let's read this word. Let's read it together. Problem, problem. I have more than one problem. What am I going to add? ES or suffix S? That's right. Now read it with me, base word, whole word. Problem, problems. That worked out pretty well. Let's look at this word. Let's read this word. You read it first. Let's read it together. Candy, candy. Well, I want to make this so that I have not just one candy, but a lot of candies. So what do I need to do? Do I hear you? That's right. Change the Y to I. And what suffix do I add? ES. So now let's read this word. Candy, candies. You got it. All right, your turn to read this word. Let's read it together. Lady, lady. I want more than one lady. So I want 2 ladies, 3 ladies, a million ladies. What do I need to do? Change the Y to I and add ES. Let's read this now. Lady, ladies. You getting the hang of this? Let's do this one. It's a long one. You read it first. Let's read this together. Family, family. So I have one family, but I want to have many families. What do? I change the Y to I, and I add ES. Let's read this. Family, families. There you go. All right, let's read this one. You read it first. My turn, or our turn together. Tomato, tomato. What do I need to do? This word ends with the O in an open syllable. Do you remember? S or ES? That's right. I just popped my ES right on there. Let's read this together. Tomato, tomatoes. Wow, that was really good. Can you tell somebody next to you, what did we have to do with the word candy to make it say candies? Tell somebody next to you. That's right. Come back together. What did we have to do? We had to change the Y to I and add our ES. Good work. Okay, your turn to read this one on your own. Let's read it together. Galaxy, galaxy. I want to have more than one galaxy. So what do I need to do? Change the Y to I and add ES. Let's read this word together now. Galaxy, galaxies. And our last word here, you read this. Let's read it together. Valentine, Valentine. I have more than one Valentine. So what do I add? ES or S? That's a vowel consonant E. So I just add my S and it stayed on there. So let's read this one. Valentine, Valentines. For this next part, you're going to need letter tile boards. If you're at school, you can stop the video and get those tile boards now. If you're at home and you don't have tile boards, just get a paper and pencil and you can follow along that way. Welcome back. Let's see how you do building some words and thinking about what you need to add to the word S or ES and how you're going to add that. Okay, so you're going to be my echo. Be my echo. Volcanoes. What is the base word? Volcano. So let's tap that out. Volcano. So how many lines do we need? We need 3. Volcano. All right, here we go. Vol, build that. Second syllable, K. We can tap that if we're not sure about that. A. Last syllable. No. Then proof it. Volcano. But what was the whole word? Volcanoes. What was the rule that we learned about words that end in an open syllable but they end with O? We just add the ES. So go ahead and put that right on there. Now let's read this word, base word, whole word. Volcano, volcanoes. Good job building that word. That is a really long word. All right, I'm gonna leave that right up there. Here's your next word. Oh, I should give you a chance. Spell that away. VOLCANO suffix ES. Spell that away. If you need to pause the video because you're still spelling away, you can do that right now. All right, here's our next word. Be my echo. Puppies. What is the base word? Puppy. All right, so let's see how many lines we're going to need for this one. Puppy. How many lines? 2. Oh, first syllable, pup. Build what says pup. Pup. Second syllable, P. What was the whole word? Puppies. So how am I going to change this so I can add my suffix ES? That's right. Drop the Y, change it to I, add ES. Now let's read this word. Puppy, puppies. Very good lesson today. You did a lot of work. We talked about plurals. What do we do when we have a word that is an open syllable that ends in Y? How do we make that plural? And we also talked about pluralizing words that end in O. And you did it all beautifully. Good work. You can go ahead and spell that away, and I'll see you again soon.
Okay, next we're going to take out our student notebooks and add a couple things on page 39. So on page 39, we just learned the rule for making a word like penny plural. Change the Y to an I and attach your suffix ES. Same with lady. Change the Y to an I and attach your suffix ES. So go ahead and do that. Again, that's on page 39. All right, go ahead and check your work and make sure you spelled correctly. Since this is just a spelling rule, we're not going to worry about marking these words. We're more concerned about spelling the word correctly. The last thing we did in class was learn 2 new uppercase letters in cursive. So if you're at school, take out your slate marker and eraser. We will skywrite together first, and then you will have a chance to practice on your whiteboards. If you're at home, just grab a sheet of paper and pencil to practice that way. All right. The first uppercase letter that we're going to learn today is uppercase G. Here we go.
G is a skyline round letter. It starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline. Go back on the skyline, then go down and around on the grass line, and up to the skyline. Trace way down to the worm line. Loop back up to the grass line and make a tail.
Okay. And the second and final letter that we're going to learn today is uppercase E. Let's watch.
E is a skyline round letter. It starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline. Go back on the skyline and go around to the plane line. Go back and around to the grass line. Make a tail.
All right, third grade, that's all we worked on today. I will see you next time.